Haven
That's
Blood.
what I want to see.
So what do you want to see? What do you think is going to be able to take down MS Noah's Shadow Sword combo?
So, I mean, I kind of cheated because I already see what they're running. It's probably going to be Dragon Sword.
Okay.
I think that's, safe option. But of course, remember, Les is the one and only, the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Imperial Dragoon. He is the Imperial Dragoon.
He is the Imperial Dragoon.
That's Les. So, Zeus, Forte, Imperial Dragoon, he's just looking to beat you up, get you to that health point where he can Imperial Dragoon you.
Ultimate
close out the
Storm
game.
Ramp. We'll see if...
He's looking to drop the mic. Oh, the on-curve Zell.
He's going to drop the Zell instead of the Dragon Oracle. I guess that tempo really matters to Lest. Seeing that Noah didn't have a one-drop.
All right. Let's see how this plays out. I'm excited. Les did incredibly well, sporting the weekly champion flair as well. Dressed for the occasion, you could say. Oracle again. He's going to trade. Yeah. So this means that turn 3, Catacomb, without a friend, just like I was in school.
Without a friend, yeah, Catacomb.
Sitting down for lunch, nobody there to sit with them.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah, without a friend, Catacomb is basically a 3-drop for 2 attack and 2 defense with no additional effect. It's 2 followers essentially, so you get those shadows. But other than that,
oh my God, Les is lifting weights right now. He's pumping up.
He's getting ready, man.
He can launch Forte next turn.
The storm is coming. Launch Forte evolved, and it can't be attacked. And there's no zombie party in the hand of MS Noah.
Oh boy, is it one step too late though? He's got the. This is the knockout special here, the double Shadow Reaper. Oh my God!
Definitely want to get one of them on 3 defense so that Breath of the Salamander wouldn't be able to take them both out. If Lest summons the Forte and doesn't evolve it, then it's a prime target for Orthrus. We'll see if he chooses to evolve it. He's got Odin in his deck. He's going to evolve the Forte.
All right, it's a race, and there's not a real good way to throw your followers in, so it's going to be 5 damage, maybe evolve to make it 7 against 7. Oh my God, and the Orthrus in there. But you're right, the Orthrus can't remove it, but that's going to buff more damage for Noah. And unless there's another Storm card drawn here by Lest, I think there's a very real chance he'll fall behind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's turn 5, and Noah's only been able to get.
He has the banish from Odin.
He has the banish from Odin, but he can't even attack Forte. He can't destroy his own followers. He's not going to be able to build up the shadows he needs to really get the effect from Death's Breath and Nectar.
This is such an interesting situation here. Definitely not been in this scenario enough to really know what the optimal play is. But here comes. Oh! That's a lot of damage on the table.
There's a few draws that Lest has available to him that can bring him lethal. And
the Ector on the next turn means that something significant has to happen right here. Oh God!
Oh, it's Dragoon!
Oh, he's 1 play point off!
Oh no. Oh no.
I think if Dragoon was played, it would be 4 discards and a 7. It would have been 11 damage, and he wouldn't be able to really close it out because he can't evolve that.
He definitely wants to save that.
I think he might still be dead here
blow.
in this situation, right? Ector comes in, so that's going to be 2, 4, 6, plus 5, 11. Yeah. He needs to clear out 1 more card.
He doesn't even have enough shadows built up to get the wards. He's going to have to Sergeant and then Catacomb and hope for the best, but he can't. He still can't even attack the Forte. So many times we see Forte just get taken off the board by some
He needs to ward
removal.
up. He needs to ward up. That's the only way he can survive the next turn.
If he Catacombs and then evolves, that's 3 followers, a maximum of 3 followers that will be able to be destroyed. But even if he evolves,
on turn 9,
there's only 2 defense on the Odin. He's not going to be able to build up to 6 shadows.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think Les might have. Yeah. He might have done it, man.
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh my gosh. Now, my question is Les gonna not? Oh, the concede!
Even if you played the Sergeant there, Sergeant's ability gaining 1 shadow, he still would have only been at 5 shadows, and then he wouldn't have enough play points.
What an injury! You pump up, and actually the fact that Forte could not be attacked, even you desperately want to kill off your guys, right? But you can't even do that, and just going for the race. Now, to be fair, I mean, it wasn't even. I guess he drew into the Odin, which was a pretty good option, but he didn't necessarily even draw into like a Sybil or anything like that, right? One of the, or even like a Ward to try to mitigate damage.
And even in the early game, he played the Zell for tempo when he already had Oracle in his hand. That was the most fascinating move in the game, for me.
And Les knew he was just committing to the race, and that might be the Shadowcraft matchup knowledge. He says, hey, we gotta pump up quick, we gotta take board control early, stay away from that turn 3 Catacomb play, which worked out real well for him.
Absolutely.
You know? And then it was just a game of inches, right? A game of inches, and Les was able to take the win. The Imperial Dragoon?
Come on, let's play
Les, the Imperial Dragoon.
He
didn't even need the card.
We're not going to be able to see it this week. He didn't even need it, yeah. Because the Dragoncraft deck is off for Lest.
Yeah. My gosh, what a game. So Les is up 1-0 now, and Noah on the verge of being eliminated here in the round of 8.
He has to take this win with his Shadow deck if he wants to advance, wants to have a chance of advancing to the semifinals. That would bring the series 1-1. Or Lest could win this matchup and advance to the semifinals, knocking MS Noah out of the running.
All right. So there isn't a 1-drop, gonna pass. There's a plethora of 2-drop options that could lead you into Catacomb perhaps. And maybe this time Noah, I have no idea, but he might go for something like a zombie party, I don't know, to remove the Unico, or maybe the Reaper. He's gonna go for the Sergeant again. And I feel like this could be a very similar situation for compared to the last game, where Les is just going to be able to run with a better opportunity here, going first. Now for Dragoncraft, the better opportunity was to wipe out the card. But in this case, it's to really add on and start putting that last word effect of summoning skeletons, right? And this is one of the reasons why people say, hey, Shadowcraft going first, that's what it's all about.
Interesting that he chose to trade the Unica into the Sergeant. He could have gone for face, and then Unica would have been able to heal, but I think he was really worried about that Catacomb coming out this turn. That's why he chose to trade the Unica, which is such a high-value card at this stage in the game, almost acting like it has ward when it heals.
Yeah, playing around that turn 3, I like that. Split them into 2, set up a situation where you have a ton on the board. Playing the Orthrus next is going to prevent that the ability to swing with damage buff, but again, he's providing such an awkward situation. Noah's having a hard time getting board control.
Absolutely.
And Catacomb is still in hand for Les.
There is an Orthrus in the hand for Noah. He could clear off one of those followers, but there's a chance it's just going to land on the 1/1 skeleton. Either way, then you could still evolve Orthrus, so with that play, he'll be able to clear off 2 followers.
Let's see, 4 play points. What is the best way to spend? It's not looking good, right? A lot of momentum. You're really going to need to rely on Evolve to kind of slowly claw your way back. Zombie Party is great, but if you play Zombie Party, you're probably going to want to play another card and evolve it to try to...
Zombie's feeling hungry.
Even with the first evolve orbit, it's a real difficult position that Noah is in. He's going to be able to spin the first evolve, but he's not going to be able to completely clear off the board from Lest. And Lest has got a Catacomb of his own in his hand.
He's going to let the 3 damage skeleton stay. Goes for the Orthrus instead. And I think that's a smart choice, because 2 damage is actually, in most situations against Shadowcraft early game, most only have 1 to their name, right? So that 2 health point is actually real valuable. Oh, that's a big Catacomb.
Oh, that's nasty. He's got a lot of friends. He's the popular one.
Yeah, that one sat down at lunch and everybody crowded around him. You know, still more people. Another one joined for lunch.
They keep coming, man.
Yeah, the instant a seat is relieved, another person comes to sit down next to the Prince.
Does that count as our skeleton joke?
No, I mean, because it was skeleton agnostic,
joke.
right?
It was a catacomb joke.
It was a catacomb joke.
Okay,
And it was skeleton. Like, I mean, we didn't mention the nature of the friends, of their living status.
The zombie parties and all them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. And the turn
So
here.
we're looking into we're getting into 5+ play point territory, right?
Right.
Neither of them have really drawn, you know, Thane or like a Hector or anything like that.
Or Cerberus even for that.
That catacomb is doing work right now.
The bones embrace me.
There's not a lot of card draw either, and a lot of low-cost followers. So really getting the value out of your turn, you're having to spend more than one card on your turn, emptying your hand out even more.
Gonna go for the Sergeant here. Proc another skeleton. Get it out of the way. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
Get it out of the way.
There is a soul conversion in the hand of Les. If he wants to spend that on one of the skeletons, getting more cards on his option. I think that's a great way that Les can
We'll see
really
what the top
even
deck
come
is.
out on top even more.
Catacomb.
He can catacomb and use soul conversion as well, or catacomb on the Chimera.
What are you
Yeah.
having
Oh
inside?
my God, so many. Oh my. That bone chimera is gonna spawn 3 skeletons.
If Noah takes it out first, there'll be 3 spots filled, and then those 3 skeletons, one of them will be banished.
I feel like right now the ideal card for Les to grab is actually something like a Shadow Reaper. I mean, of course, almost to be fair, you're talking about Shadowcraft. Almost any of your big hitting options are great to draw. Hector would be great too, you know. Cerberus would be pretty good too. Shadow
Pretty
Reaper
good
now
indeed.
drops.
There's plenty of tools that Les has just waiting in the top of his deck.
Yeah, I think this is smart from Noah to evolve and try to clear off the board because he has no idea what Les has in hand. Of course, we know, but turn 7's coming up. He has no idea what could be around the corner, and he could lose a lot of health in this turn.
But evolving and attacking with the last words, summon a skeleton.
Oh my God!
There's still 4 followers and an Orthrus as well as a soul conversion.
Question
and a soul
here:
squasher as well.
Do you clear off? Do you try to go for the gamble with the Orthros to hit the Shadow Reaper? Or do you clear off one of the cards on the table and then do the 50-50?
Noah could have Hector in his hand. Les doesn't know that. He's not going to be able to clear off the Reaper, because if he destroys the 2 followers, then the Reaper will have 3 health, and even then the Orthrus won't be able to take it out.
Absolutely.
He could get rid of one of the followers and then just go 50-50.
Yep, I think 50-50 is a choice here. Interesting that he chose to throw in one without the last word effect. Oh, God, and he's going to get... Oh, it didn't buff up the right one, though.
Oh, that stinks. The money shot, though, and he can still use Soul Squasher
Yep.
on the last base.
Amazing
indeed.
What? Oh, my gosh. Are we viewing the tilt? This is just an absolute smashing. Les is playing out of his mind. Are we going to get finally the enhanced zombie party?
Hey, what's so angry?
He does it. Desperately trying to gain back some kind of board control. And I actually think this is a pretty beefy turn here for Noah. Of course, he doesn't know it. Les doesn't have great options. The Cerberus is pretty good.
Oh, my gosh.
And he still has 1 Evolve Orb as well. So that's 6 extra damage potentially. I really do think it's worth thinking about using a Soul Conversion to try to draw more options, because it's a race, right? And especially if you find yourself in a situation where Noah's going to have another zombie party, maybe he draws into something, you know, he's got 11 shadows. Both of these players are towing the line right now. So much danger around the corner. He's going to be able to board clear and leave 1-3-1 on the board for himself. There's a Soul Conversion. Triple skeletons.
Ooh, and he just
and
drew a
he
Reaper
finally
as
got
well.
the Reaper. He's going to need to sacrifice one of the cards.
Oh, there's
before
the
he can
Hector.
drop it.
And with 12 shadows to spend, that's going to fill up the board.
But what is the choice? Is it Zombie Party? It's going to be Hector.
The
Zombie Party would have Zombie Party later.
The Zombie Party would have gotten rid of the Cerberus, but now he can trade the zombies into the Cerberus, one of them into the Cerberus.
Look at that board.
So much gold.
And this is off the back of Noah kind of in the race, winning out, right? He drew into that big hitting option. The Shadow Reaper, I feel like for Les, came 2 turns too late. There's a real big opportunity for Les to really cash in on all those last word effects.
He was able to play that Shadow Reaper just 1 turn earlier. Oh man, there's not an option that Les drew into to really deal with this board.
Shadow Reaper down. Draws.
Oh, another Shadow
no.
Reaper. Oh.
Oh no! This is going to be incredibly tough. Oh god!
Oh no. Oh my god.
This could get out of hand real quick. Real quick.
So Les has done a good job of clearing out this board as much as he can, but there's still an Orthrus and a zombie party in the hand of Noah. He's not going to be able to target
the Orthrus.
The Reapers this turn.
You know, he could have played around the Orthrus, but he wanted to swing and reduce cards on the table. Zombie Party is going to make it a 50-50 again to hit the Shadow Reapers, but they're not even going to die. Is this it? How much damage is that on the board? I think he needs to top deck something else.
He's got 9 damage. We'll see what the draw from Les is going to be if he draws an Ector. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, the Princess.
That's not really going to help. I think he's going to need to use his Shadow Reapers to trade in.
He's going to have to do that. There's a lot of damage on the board for Noah, and not enough damage for Les to finally close out this game.
So at the most, he could get 11 damage here on his Shadow Reapers. But that's not the most efficient method to trade out the board.
There's a lot of options for Les. Trading out the board, going for face damage, trying to get the most effective clear and the most amount of face damage possible.
So he's going to be able to have one of the Shadow Reapers survive with there, and it's going to be able to buff up 1 health. Oh no, because he doesn't lose the Shadow Reaper, that's right.
Feeling hungry.
Alright. I like the Goblin Princess just to make Orthrus targeting a little more difficult here.
Right. And even then, there's not a... The one perfect target for Orthrus is the 6/1 Shadow Reaper.
Oh god!
Not the target you wanted to hit.
Oh god!
Making those Shadow Reapers even more scary.
That's fine. He can still...
He can trade one of the zombies into the Reaper and the other zombie. He can get rid of both of them.
Well, the problem is it's going to buff its health once you kill the...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So this one's going to survive. Oh, no. Okay, so Goblin King is going to come down, and that's really going to put a tempo halt on Noah. Oh, it's a Skull Beast draw!
Oh, no.
But Les should be feeling pretty good here. I think it's going to be tough for Noah to push past the Goblin King. And he's got this huge Reaper that's healed up to 7 health.
Yeah, it's important to note he's going to trade it for face, or trade it into the Lyrial Archer. Both players down to completely empty hands. Oh.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? He's going to live for 1 extra turn.
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't want to swing into anything. Oh my god, and another Death's Breath. He could start just trading in and continuing to buff up that Shadow Reaper. There it is, and then play Death's Breath. And that Shadow Reaper is just healing. This guy is the Arnold Schwarzenegger right now of Shadow Reapers.
It's going to be absolutely massive. Noah is going to have to trade into the wards if he wants to do any damage to face.
Oh
making the Shadow Reaper even stronger.
The Shadow Reaper is out of control. He's got another Death's Breath. Is that even enough? He'll be able to survive yet another turn, I think.
Les has 30 shadows.
What's the top deck? It's a Cerberus.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's going to be able to take down all 3 of the wards. And he won't be able to kill, but he can take down all 3 of the wards here.
still leaving himself with that 11
Look
Shadow
at
Reapers.
this situation right now.
Yeah, wow.
Ah,
Oh my gosh!
God!
No way!
What?
Oh my God!
I cannot.
No way!
Grim. No! What is this game turning to? Noah, on the verge of elimination, is channeling some kind of ungodly power, draws into the Grimner, and the Shadow Reaper used to trade into the wards was just at low. That guy was healing and taking damage and healing and taking damage, and all of a sudden, we're in the situation where Lest at 5 is back to the corner now.
They're so fresh.
Oh
How the tables have turned. How the tables have turned.
Oh
No.
Oh my gosh!
Leaving.
He's done.
MS Noah. You have the favor of the gods, my friend. What did I tell you? Oh, I'm so happy right now. Oh, I'm so happy.
It feels worse because your horse is Noah right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, that was so satisfying. As a player, as a fan of the game, seeing that perfect draw.
Oh my
my
God.
gosh.
And he sat there and he was gonna just
He believed, man.
3 turns. He got Death's Breath, he got Death's Breath, and then he got Grimner. It's 3 turns in a row where Les was just on the verge of just like
MS Noah had
smacking
Death's
him.
Breath, and then Lest had Death's Breath, another Death's Breath from Noah, and then the Grimnir coming out on that next turn.
And it was a perfect situation too, because if the Grimner had come earlier, the Shadow Reaper may not have died. And then Les would have made a different decision where he says, hey, I'm not going to lower my Shadow Reaper's health anymore, right? I'm going to trade in some of the zombies to heal it up a little bit. But that risk that Les took, he said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to use the Shadow Reaper to swing and see what happens. And what a mistake that was. What a mistake that was. Now Noah has to win with his Swordcraft deck against Shadow.
Could be really difficult. He's going to be fighting an uphill battle.
Works up to the bone.
Sure, Sword can do really well against Shadow, but it's such a difficult matchup for both players. It's such an even matchup. Both players have wonderful tools to deal with the advantages that the other player is going to be trying to get.
We were talking a lot about in the first matchup for Belaine, having that Tsubaki in hand. This time around, Noah's going to have it. And the big thing here is Noah is going first, so he's going to rush to that 6 play point value a lot quicker than if he was going second, which could change the nature of the game. Lest, on the other hand, has a bunch of good stuff. He's got Catacomb, Double Shadow Reaper, Bone Chimera, Orthra, Cerberus.
And that could spell the death of Noah because Noah is going for face damage. He had the Lyrial and the Novice Trooper able to attack that turn, and he went for full face damage instead of clearing the Lyrial, giving Les the opportunity to make that great Catacomb play just then.
This could start looking real bad right now for Noah. He drew into Albert. His Floral Fencer cannot evolve.
Together.
Is he going to continue swinging face? He is. He's going for it.
You know, drawing
And
that
he's
Albert,
got Albert into Alwida's or Tsubaki with the Tag, Katana Unsheathed.
with 10 damage from
But
the
is that
Evolved
gonna be
Viking
enough?
and the Albert, it could be enough.
You could
West is
straight up
already
double
at
Shadow
14
Reaper this turn and just start buffing it up. It's going to be Orthers to clear. Hits the perfect target.
Perfect target.
Evolve and throw the Catacomb in, and all of a sudden, this is, we're going to see what Noah's commitment is like. Are you committed to swinging face?
Wouldn't.
He's got more Storm.
Another Taji, yep. Evolving Albert here and going for face damage is so risky. It's so greedy because there's double Shadow Reapers in the hand of Lest and 3 followers on board that are going to be able to trade into that Albert.
If Noah decides to play the 2 Unsheathed and clear the board here, that's not bad as well, but you're floating 3 play points. There's no other option in hand. He's committed. Noah's going for it. I think given the situation, this is probably the only choice you have. Alwedas is going to be a strong play just because you're going to get the ward. Tsubaki's going to be interesting, especially if you have an Evolve Ward, because you can both remove one of the Shadow Reapers and evolve it so that you can continue to gain pressure and then keep playing out your Storm options. It's not the worst situation in the world for Noah, but...
with 2 Shadow Reapers and only 1 Tsubaki, and the Shadow Reapers are both getting the buzz from the 3 followers that he's already got on the field, that would be an absolutely massive power play.
Oh boy. What a tense situation Noah has put Lest in. There's so many cards in hand here for Lest that look great on paper, but just not the tempo. Going second, man. Just uncomfortable in terms of the pace of the game right now. He's going to use Evolve to try to take down the Albert.
And he's going to have to
and
use...
that's going to fend off the Shadow Reapers for 1 more turn, which, as we know, could mean, you know, Alwedas comes down here, another 3 damage, possibly 5. And the ward gets installed.
Take my blade of revenge.
Interesting.
He's going to play the Tsubaki this turn, and then Alweda's next turn, ensuring that Tsubaki has the 4 damage for this turn as well.
Yes.
So an evolved Viking for 5 damage, Tsubaki for 4, that's exactly the amount of damage that Noah needs.
It's going to be tough for Noah to remove this as well. Even if he did have something like Orthrus, it's not going to hit.
And he doesn't have Death's Breath, he only has 4 shadows. Noah knows that with only 4 shadows, the wards are not going to be able to come out.
He's going to try. Oh my god. 7, 9, 11. He might. I think he can do it. He actually swings through. Cerberus will be able to throw in the Mimi as well. Oh no. There it is. Oh my god. What a situation there. Noah tried to swing, and you know, we were talking about the safety, right, of playing Alwedas. Provides you that ward, and you get that consistent storm damage. Noah made 1 extra risk there. He was just swinging face all game. He was saying, hey, I'm going to take a risk, not going to clear board, just going to swing face. Which in many ways might not even be necessarily a risk, because if you're fighting board control against Shadow, that oftentimes is a losing battle just because of Catacomb and Bone Chimera and things like that. So maybe he said, you know what, forget it. In much the same fashion that Les played against Noah, where Les said, hey, you know what,